Hi everyone! So today we're taking a little detour from our paper flower expedition, and we are making something with one of the paper flowers that we've used before, the cherry blossom. We are going to do a mix and match video on how you can make note cards like these that would definitely rival the cards that you'd buy in the dollar store, and maybe even the ones you buy at Target or Walmart for $5 or $6 or $7. These are with a pad of paper that we picked up from, remember, from Michael's last week, the Hot Buy. That cost maybe about $6. And then to cut out these elements, you do need a pen. But you need just a couple of basic sheets of paper. Add a couple more dollars, okay? So that, and so let's just say it costs $10 to make these. You can, using a paper pad like this, and not all of the pages will be useful, but you can get 2 cards out of 1 sheet of paper. So if you get 2 out of, let's say, 40 sheets of that, that's 80 cards. So 80 cards and a little bit of work. And how much would you pay for 80 cards? Right? At least $1 at the dollar store. So, and you'd be getting these really adorable, very personable cards. So stick with me. I'm going to show you how to make them. So, in my last video, we did discuss how to make cherry blossoms, and I know that we are currently going through a paper flower series, and I do hope you stay tuned as we go on a little detour. And the detour is just to talk about greeting cards. I know a lot of people don't send greeting cards much anymore. I've always been a greeting card fan. If it's just to say that you're thinking about someone, or wishing a happy birthday, or unfortunately, wishing them well to get well, or even if it's a sympathy. I like to have cards on hand. I have a friend named Karen who does the same thing. And a couple months ago, she contacted me and asked me if I would reproduce 50 cards, which I'm working on it, Karen. I promise I will get this to you. But she wanted to keep a bunch of cards in her dresser or her desk, because she's a card sender. And if you're a card sender too, then you're going to want to pay attention to this, because I have a file that I'm going to give you. Of course, it's going to be free, and it's a Design Space file, and so you can find it in Cricut Community. It's done in Cricut Community, I would definitely recommend checking out Cricut Community if you haven't already. But so the file consists of this is an A2 sized note card. It has this wonderful lacy embellishment here. It has a bunch, like 5 different sentiments that you can cut out of whatever color you want. And they look like those oak tag tags that we used to have when we were kids. Remember those? And then, of course, a little cherry blossom. This is the tie-in to the cherry blossom. So really, I don't have to talk too much about how to assemble these. It's a mix and match deal. So what you have to do is, you cut out a bunch of paper. And if you're looking for, where would I get this kind of paper? This stuff came from those Hot Buy pads that I purchased from Michael's. And I just, I fit 2 on a mat and cut 2 each. They have a score. It scores them. Perfect size note card. So if you pick up one of those paper pads last week when I was talking about them. This is a great opportunity for you to use some paper and have a bunch of note cards in those pretty cards. So you can just use them that way, of course. You could just use them that way, of course. But let's gild that lily, ladies. Let's gild that lily, because you know I'm all about gilding the lily. And so let's add a cute little tag in whatever color. And we have, I've cut them out in all different colors, all different sayings. So now this is really getting mix and match, right? And so this frilly thing, which sometimes I cut it, sometimes I don't. And it's so easy. And then of course our cherry blossom. So it's easy to put this together. I have my cut piece and the tag, which I can put here, and then I can take my lace accent and I could put it here. I could put it, I like it kind of over here, a little off center, right? And then take one of my flowers and do that. Or maybe I want the dark. I think I want the dark on there. Gives it a little bit more. Something like that. Or something like this, where you would perhaps, hold on, you can cut and fold it so that it's portrait style, right? And then you can put on the tag. And again, you could just put on the tag. You could put on the tag and the cherry blossom, or you could just put on the tag and the lace cut thing. You can also take a scissor and cut off this edge to make it sort of really off center. And the point that I'm trying to make here is that it is extremely versatile. And one afternoon of crafting to produce a bunch of these and to have them on hand for inevitable occasions like wishing somebody well, consoling them, or wishing them a happy birthday. It's so easy to get your little stockpile together. Wasn't that super simple? I mean, we sat there, made a few cards, or I showed you the different variations where you can change the background and how you can use a Michael's paper pad for this to get probably, I estimate, about 80 cards out of one pad of paper if you use it correctly and you use my file, which you will get and is listed below in the detail section. So do go down there and get the Design Space file. Also on the information section, there are several links. One is for a link to all of my projects. So if you've seen something and you're not really sure, oh, I remember seeing a project on the blog or whatever. If you want to find out where they all are, check in the detail page of this video and click on the link. There's a link there that will take you to my project index, which has literally dozens of projects, all Cricut projects, all free, and you're able to click through on that page and see the details about every single project there. So I would encourage you to do that, because I want you to follow along. I want to hear from you. Let me know if you're liking this content or if you want to see something very specific. I'd be happy to help you out. Thanks so much. If you have already subscribed, please share. Sharing is caring. So thank you, and I hope that you have a marvelous day.